New sweats. Working hard, got 2 jobs, Friday night, but thank you Lord, it's 2 checks. It's 2 checks. Yeah. Game of spades, being a flight, I'm talking 10 straight books, you goddamn right. Now who's next? Off my table. Who's next? Yeah. Huh? I don't dance a boogie. Somebody tell a DJ, put on my song. We grown and we want a 2-step. That's the new flex. Yeah, 2-step to this. 2-step. Everybody, come on. Come on. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Worldwide Crypto and Gaming. I'm your host, Dragon Rider, and today is another Behind the Bullshit podcast, baby, where I bring on exciting guests, personalities, some of your favorite influencers, and, we kind of do a deep dive on their beginnings and how they got to where they are today and some of the bullshit along the way. And right to the stage, man, we got Crypto Black Sheep. Let's go, baby!
Love it.
What's up, man?
What's up? What is up, guy? How you doing? You good?
How you doing? Yeah.
I'm good, man. Just got off my stream, hopping on it. I'm a little stream whore today, so yeah, we're just having fun.
I heard that, man.
Thanks for having us on. I'm gonna share this. Link out to my community, and we're actually simulcasting right now too. So
sweet.
Yeah, we're out there on Twitter and all that good stuff.
Yes, awesome stuff, man. Hey, so their links will be in the descriptions below, so make sure you go and shoot them. Follow, like, subscribe on all of their platforms. What we do, help each other out here. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, man. Hey, it's great to have you on the show, man. I've watched you guys for a while now, and your show's pretty exciting. It's got a lot of cool things going on, man. The guitar thing going on, man. Like, well, before we get into all that.
Sure.
Where you from, man? Where you from?
Right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Born and raised.
Nice.
Well, 40. I'll be 43 this year. So yeah, been here a while. Started on the streets. Not really on the streets. It's like I had a normal, I guess a normal childhood. Middle age or middle class. Parents that you work hard for a living, you're gonna do well in life, and I hated school. I went to college for like a year and a half and dropped out. I was like, fuck this, gonna get stuck with all these bills. So, but as time progressed and I just started one dead end job after another, I decided I found crypto, and I was like, oh, this is my golden ticket right here, like Willy Wonka status. So, and it's been a fun ride, man. Our community's been around for, there's Donnie. He's in.
Yeah, there we go, right there. What's up, Donnie?
Hey, what's up, boys? How we doing? Yo, I do apologize for my lateness. I've been out and about this morning, getting some business done. So
he thought we ghosted him. So
yeah.
We love talking about our project and meeting fresh new people in the space, and because I haven't seen you around. Like, are you in the Hex community at all, or you just talk about a bunch of stuff? Or
no, not necessarily, man. I'm kind of I really limit the projects and stuff that I talk about, especially after I've had one on my channel so far that. Hopefully it never happened again, but I had one that I got paid to promote and it rugged, and I've really limited. Yeah, I've really limited myself even further from the projects that I talk about. You know what I mean? Because
I know. That's what you gotta do, man. We were talking about so much shit on our stream over the years, and we had a lot of wins. I mean, one of our biggest win was, you ever heard of Drip on Binance Smart Chain?
Yes.
Yeah. We got in the pre-sale. Our community just got lit, dude. I put like 20 grand in that thing. I was pulling within like 6 months. I was popping 20 grand a day, dude. It was like crazy. The craziest win I ever had, man.
Honestly, was the absolute peak of like BSC summer DeFi. That was just beautiful stuff.
Yeah, it was. I was literally down to the last $20,000 to my name because everything else went to shit. And
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, I'll give this a chance because I was losing my ass trading and trying to, because I really wanted to do this for a living. I literally quit a $70,000 a year job and sent their computer back because I was even working at home too. But it was so distracting. Like I couldn't focus because there was so much stuff. There's always so much shit going on in crypto. If you take a few hours
Yeah.
off, you miss one day, you can miss like a serious opportunity, man. And I've seen it
Absolutely.
happen. I don't want to be that guy anymore. So now I've been job free for 3 years. Went from that 20,000, built a nice bag with drip, paid off this RV. I got a Hellcat truck out there. Community's been amazing. Supported me the whole time through all of our rug pulls and wins. We got a
Yeah.
pretty good community. We're going in our 7th year now. So
Yeah.
That's
Donnie's been here.
fantastic.
Yeah,
So,
man, it's been
Donnie,
a lot of
where are you from, man?
Oh, dude. So, well, I mean, if you're talking about the accent, Australia. But,
definitely not from Las Vegas.
right. So yeah, no, I got into crypto since like maybe 2017-ish. I've been with Degen Protocol about 2.5 years, and basically I'm just the resident developer and builder. Anytime these guys have needed a contract or something written or some code checked out, that's been my wheelhouse. Everything from the tokens that we've run, sheep first, and then goat token now on Pulse Chain, and then the website, the Telegram bots that we have, all that custom in-house stuff. That's all me, man. That's my shtick. So
Okay, awesome, man, awesome. So what was you guys as individual? What was your very very first crypto purchase?
oh man,
What-
mine was
what
Ethereum
got you
Classic
into
through
it?
Coinbase.
Okay, okay.
Dude, yeah, I didn't even know I'd heard about Bitcoin like previous to this, you've seen on the news, oh, Bitcoin crashed, and I never really grasped the concept of what Bitcoin was and how valuable it really was as a store of value, right? Because it's even more finite than gold. Like I said, I lived in a middle class. Where my parents went to work, 40 hours a week, busting their ass for his kids, and just normal, decent paying jobs that they never did the trading thing. They never did they never even got into it, because they're afraid, they couldn't afford the risk, and couldn't afford to put into it. I made time for this, because I was on the band scene in Vegas, and we were one of the biggest bands in Las Vegas, and we kind of separated, went our ways. And then our singer actually just passed away a couple of days ago. I
Oh wow.
lost a good friend. So yeah, it sucks. But anyway, where was I going with this? So Bitcoin, I knew it was going to be great. So I quit, and then I said, like I told you, I quit the job and stuff like that, and just want to do this full time. Yeah, so when the band separated, I had to find something, because my passion was to be a rock star, right? I wanted to be a rock star, but with crypto, with all these communities, I can still be a rock star, because I
Absolutely.
I write songs for the Pulse Chain community. That's the only one I write songs for now, because I ain't fucking writing any more songs for another rug pull, man. I know we're safe here. I know, I know we're good here. So yeah. Yeah. Donnie jams a little bit himself.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm a guitarist and drummer, when I'm not doing the coding stuff. Yeah. Like Sheep and me, we play very, very different styles though. Like he's more like, pop metal sort of rock, like punk, is it? That sort of thing. I'm sort of like a fusion between like country music and metal at the same time. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right, I heard that, man. So what was your guys' first rug pull? What was your first experience with that?
Oh,
man.
So when I got in 2017, I got in when Bitcoin was like, oh my god, if I had known then what I know now. Bitcoin was like $1,600 when I got in, dude. I bought a Bitcoin for like $1,600, and I put it in this, like, it was like, remember back in the, I don't know how long you've been in crypto, but before we had DeFi, back in like the BitConnect days, you had like the Web 2 stuff where you'd have to send your money to someone. It wasn't a smart contract, and you'd have an account balance of dashboard money, and you get paid 7% a day. Hey, that sounded like a deal. I was getting an ROI in like a couple weeks, and no, that didn't happen. It rugged within 1 week, lost some money. And I lost, like, back then I was working a regular job, so I mean, two grand down the drain was like, that hurt. But you know what? I said, you know what? I'm hooked.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no turning back now because I used to do a lot of gambling because I'm in Vegas. Like I used to gamble
Yeah.
paycheck. Trying to hit that win. And I've gambled a lot of money in crypto, but with crypto, there's like you have an edge, especially when you have a community like mine because we have a lot of we have everyone from with radiologists to doctors to we have a technical analyst in there. So our community has evolved so much that we don't really take any L's anymore, and that we got better risk management now, stuff
Well,
like
that's the
that.
thing. Like,
So
I don't think I've ever actually experienced a rug in the sense like that anybody says rug, right? But I've definitely experienced what I would call a shifting of the goalposts
yeah,
in many projects, especially in the DeFi sector. There's a lot of projects out there that they get up and they start something really good, but then they like to fly that flag, like, oh, we're DeFi, But they've got that many admin controls, and they got that much vision up the butt that it's like, are you though? And then
Yeah.
they change the goalposts, like, oh, but in the name of sustainability, this is what we're doing, and it's like, hold on a second.
First it was a game. Now we're doing a Dex, and now we're doing this. Oh, now I'm
Right?
and this is
Oh,
affecting my health. So somebody else is taking over, and then next thing
Oh man, yeah, exactly all that BS, exactly.
where are you from, Dragon Rider? Where you at?
I am originally from Louisville, Kentucky, and man, I missed the boat on. I could have got into Bitcoin back in 2012,
Yep.
very, very, very cheap, and
Oh.
like a lot of people at that time, I was like, few buddies of mine, they were like, hey man, we're going to invest in this Bitcoin. Let's all put together. Hey, we're all going to throw $1,000 a piece. We're going to buy some Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, that's some fake stuff. What is like, I was trying to get them to explain to me. I was like, man, that's fake. I'm going on vacation. What are y'all talking about? That vacation money that I spent, if I would have invested it then, oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
But, I missed the boat on that, and then I didn't really get back in. I didn't find out about crypto again. Like I was oblivious to it. Even because I was doing pretty good in stocks. And like I said, I come from a family like nobody does that. You know what I'm saying? I kind of had to, self-taught a little bit and everything. I got into it, and luckily I fell into a good crowd of people that were around me and kind of showed me the way a little bit. You know what I mean? But I did fairly well on that. And then some, it was about the end of 2020. Somebody was like, "Hey man, you ought to buy this thing. It's called Doge." And I'm like, "What is that?" I was like, he's like, "It's crypto." I'm like, "Bitcoin." Bitcoin, you know what I'm saying? It's like everybody's response when you say crypto, they're like, Bitcoin, Ethereum, I know that.
Damn it. Dude, I was looking at Doge with like 5 zeros on it. Like, how rich we could have been if we had just known what the fuck we were doing back then,
Oh man.
I'm just
I got in under
don't even take that.
Yeah, exactly, man. And I was kind of skeptical. I was like, all right, man, I'll throw a couple $100 at this. So I bought some Doge. It was right under like 2 cents or whatnot. And I got, as soon as I seen that thing going up, it was like 5 cents. And then it was like, and I'm one of those like, oh, it's going to $1. It's going to, not realizing and not understanding. Yeah, man. Yeah. I was like, because I didn't know. I was like, man, this is because everybody around me, I was listening to, the social medias and stuff. Everybody's like, oh man, it's man, when it hits $1, you're going to have this much. If you have this many tokens, blah, 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 this and that, and of course, being a naive, I was right there with them. Oh my God, it's going to hit $1. So, but I ended up, I got lucky, and during the SNL episode, I cashed out, and luckily I did because I think it was like right in the middle of that segment with Elon. It started to dip, and I cashed out at like I think it was like somewhere around 68 cents. And I took that profit, bought Shiba, and then I rolled that thing up to the top. And along the way, I ended up with Saitama and a few other ones. And I rolled, man, 2021 was very, very generous to me.
Yeah, we did good.
Yeah, it was good times though, man.
Hey fellas, I was gonna say, can I jump back in here in like say 5 minutes or so? I just gotta drive
Yes,
home
sir.
and get on the big computer. I'm sitting in a car park on my laptop to catch this one. So,
Cool.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
we'll
I'll
be
see
here.
you I'll see you in 5 minutes or so. All right.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Cool.
All right.
All right,
Cheers.
later, bro.
All right, man. So you've experienced some up and downs along the way, man. What would you say would be one of your biggest wins, always?
My biggest win was probably drip. But at this time, right now, my biggest win is looking like P-Dye, man. Like you want something like you're talking about the Moon Boy. Oh, it's going to $1. P-Dye is going to $1, and I hope you have grabbed a bag. I never shut up. I've been talking about it since last July, dude. Like I really feel it's gonna do really well. You said you're not even impulse chain at all, or are you? Or
Nah, man. Like nowadays, I would say within the past, I don't know, say 6 to 7 months, man. I've been really I've gotten into like leverage trading and stuff, and I'm doing okay with that. And
man.
I'm really just doing like blue chips right now. Like I'll hop in some small cap stuff every once in a while, but I made a real 2020, like I say, 2021 was very, very, very generous to me. I had a lot of wins, and I'm literally playing with house money. So within the first 3 months, I paid myself back what I had initially put in, which was like $3,600 out of my paychecks. And within like I say 3 months, I was able to pay myself back, and I've been playing with house money since. And especially like the end of 2021. I mean, of course, I've had some losses too, but 2022 was okay. And then I kind of really took a step back in 23. And right now I'm just I'm just kind of blue chipping it right now until I hop into some small stuff every once in a while. But it's just, I don't know, my strategy right now is to keep what I have right now for the most part. And I'm lowering my risk. Well, I'm still doing a lot of risk with leverage trading and whatnot. But I'm trying to really mitigate my risks with messing with the smaller stuff, man. Because this is, man, I think the scams and the rug pulls and the craziness is a lot worse now than it was when at the height of the last bull in 2021. It was like, man, this is. Nowadays it's crazy. It's like everybody is, I don't know, man. It's like you don't know who to trust anymore.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's why we build our our whole community has been built on. Look at teddy bears ripping right now. If you're not like paying attention to pulse statement, I have to shove this shit down your throat because and everybody out there watching, because like P-Dye. Okay, I was talking about this thing back in July. I mean, my whole community's lit on it. We got in somewhere down here. I threw a majority of it up here, and I got my 20K out that I put in, and my portfolio is at 313. It's mostly P-Dye, so $276,000 of house money. You want to talk about house money? And I've been going on the same house money since pretty much 2021 when I got into drip. I put that 20 grand in. I've literally been able to sustain through different investment strategies here and there, and definitely on pulse chain, like it just blew everything up because it's such a roller coaster ride, man. And I don't recommend anybody just quit their day job and try to do this full time if you don't have a fucking
I'm still nervous.
A big set of nuts, dude.
Yeah, I mean, but even
and you gotta be in the right community.
Yeah. I mean that too. I don't know, man. I'm still nervous about making that jump, man. Like I could be comfortable enough. But at the same time, I'm not. I have a goal. Like I still have a day job. Like I'm an elevator mechanic. So you know what I mean? It's I have a goal in mind that that I want to reach before I'm like, you know what, I am totally comfortable with this. I can, I don't have to worry about, insurance and all that stuff. Like I could step back from that. You know what I'm saying? I have that goal in mind, and I think unless something like really, really crazy, or unless, Bitcoin goes up to 150K, 200, you know what I mean? Like I'm not, I'm not there yet.
Yeah. Okay.
How did you get comfortable with making that jump?
It's a pretty easy jump, dude, because like especially on Pulse Chain, man, we're looking at some of the biggest opportunities of our lifetime. Like that's what Pulse Chain is. Because right now, okay, so when I got into this PDI, just for example, that's why I'm not like all my wealth is on Pulse Chain, not in blue chips, not any of this bullshit, because I know what Pulse Chain is going to do, right?
Yeah.
And I've known for quite some time when it was being created. So I got in this around like 4,000x to a dollar. You have 160x still. You still have 160x, but the x's that you could have had if you were, paying attention to what we were doing. Anybody out there watching our streams back in like July? I haven't stopped talking about this thing ever since, and it got all the way up to, I had $100,000 right here, and I diamond handed that thing all the way from what September to all the way down. It went from 100 grand to 16K right here, right? And
Wow.
I just waited, diamond handed it, because I wasn't going to sell it. You never know where the bottom is, and this is one of those assets you do not want to part with. I parted with a little bit, that 20,000 that I sold to get my initial back. If I kept in it, but it's always good to get your initial back. You got to get your money back, whatever. But dude, that would have been worth another 100K right now. So, and this is something you don't want to sell because they have a whole ecosystem built around just, this is something you want to buy, man. Not financial advice, never financial advice, but like nobody has like, we're at all-time high right now and nobody's complaining about PDIs. The whole community is excited. I'm number 60 holder out of like 500,000 holders, dude. This is the end game for me, man.
I mean, I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot about Pulse Chain. I just, it's just one of those things. I'm doing well enough where I am. That you know what I mean? But I will definitely, I'll definitely, I'll take a bigger look.
I am telling you right now, when this SEC case is behind us, which he's gonna win. He already submitted. He's I think in like it's either today or in like 4 more days. He's submitting he's got 12 lawyers and he's submitting what is it called? An order to dismiss, like to the SEC. It's an order to dismiss, and in this order to dismiss is some information that says you pretty much need to just let this go, or you're gonna make yourself look really stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
He's got 12 of the best lawyers in the country that said, no, you got this. That's why all of a sudden all the money started moving around. He was buying up ETH. He made a shitload of, and all that money's going to come back into a Pulse eventually. And it's already been seen that he's already buying PDI. So, or those wallets are. So this is a big one. You were talking about BTC, man. The wrap Bitcoin is still dirt cheap. Still dirt cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, these are opportunities. Like even if it doesn't work out, you don't want to be the guy that when it does work out, you didn't pull the trigger on what is this a $210 Bitcoin right now? Yeah. Dude, Bitcoin goes to $100,000, and then the company that's on this contract actually backs this. See, he cut out all the MakerDAO guys. When he created the DAI and all that, he cut out all those guys. Like he has full control, and the OA and all that, or whoever Trophy ecosystem. They're all going to work together to make DAI go up. BTC is the only one that. Why would they rug it? They have keys to it. They can do whatever the fuck they want because all these contracts are just. And all these contracts are just copied contracts, and the owners of those contracts have access to those contracts, right? With private keys. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see what might happen, but with great risk comes great reward. That's the narrative. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of this. And when DAI and all the other stables are moving up right now, when they get to $1, you're going to see all these PRC20s. You're going to see Link, which is dirt cheap right now. I think it's like a few cents. What is it on Ethereum? It's like, all these companies are going to start supporting their coins because they see that this is such an amazing opportunity. They're leaving money on the table if they don't come in here, start backing with big liquidity and start pumping the shit out of this. So that's my opinion about Pulse Chain. And that's why I'm here, dude. I'm stuck here. All my money's here. I'm trusting all my shit with RH. He hasn't done me dirty at all. I made last cycle, made $250,000 just buying Hex with my drip profits. So we're in the right place, man. Real DeFi is where you want to be, and Pulse Chain is the best place to find real DeFi. You're not really gonna find it.
I can really, you can tell just how passionate you are about this. Like, I mean, you could. So what led you to like to do the streamer, type thing? You know what I mean? And to talk, because you could just be doing this by yourself, and and not dealing with the headache of streaming and and community, so you could just be just a trader. So what led you to get in front of the camera?
Just because I've always been like I said, I was in bands and stuff, so I didn't never got like stage fright. I was always just excited to get up and entertain people. So, and I do a little bit of comedy skits on the side. You've probably seen my shorts out there somewhere. Yeah, I do the Instagram like filters, and yeah, it's fun, because I feel like if you're gonna do something different than everybody else. Have a different outlook. And not be in it all for yourself, man. Because my shit's all about my community. I come out here every day for my community. We do a lottery giveaway every day on our channel. So I give away a couple lottery tickets. You've seen the stream, so you've probably seen it. And right now, this is round 2. We've got 712 remaining out of. So we sold about half of them round 2. It's taking a couple months, but every day I give away 2 tickets, and I buy one for myself. So that helps. That helps. I'm throwing my own money in there because. Dude, my community is amazing, and I like giving back. And if it weren't for my community, like I wouldn't have the money that I have. I wouldn't be in the situation that I'm at. I'd be still working a day job and not be able to put the time and energy that I want into this. Because this is my passion. My community is just number one. I couldn't ask for it. And I started this December 15th, 2017 with like 5 people, and that was back when BitConnect was around, and we're after BitConnect came just rug after rug after rug after rug after rug. Like nobody could get it right. Nobody ever. And then DeFi came along and it changed the whole middleman thing. But then so you got it. And it's very crazy. The faster technology evolves, the faster the scammers evolve too, because they're already out there hacking contracts and stuff like that. And oh man, it has been a wild ride, and to see like the innovation and just the progression that we've made in just 7 years in crypto in general, it's just crazy, dude. Now you got AI. This shit's just gonna get stupid, man. We're just getting started. Like half the people I talk to that I know in the real world don't even know what Bitcoin is, or they've heard of it, but they don't know how to get it, And it's just like that's the problem with the world, man. They need to get it because our dollar is gonna be destroyed. You ain't gonna be able to buy shit with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The dollar's on the decline every single day.
That's why I'm here, man. That's why I'm here to say, hey, if I can do this, if I can make millions of dollars in just a span of a few years, then there's obviously something here. I didn't start off. I didn't start off winning. I quit my job and had to go back like three times. This is my 3rd time quitting my job since I've been in crypto. But now I've been out 3 years. So milestone 3.5 years almost. So yeah, just that's what you got to do in life, man. You got to focus on your passions, what you want to do, and not work. Like if you're happy with what you do, that's fine. But I don't see like that's my time, and my time is limited on this planet. I'm already halfway through my life, and you look at the world, man. Just they just work until they're dead, and I don't want to see the world do that. Especially when there's opportunities like this, man. You just can't, dude. I would feel bad.
That's exactly the reason why we're in this business. Like, clearly, at some stage, one of us thought, or like we all thought at some stage, right, that crypto and these opportunities that are made in crypto can change people's lives. And so that's why we put so much time and energy and effort into what we do here. Sheep, quite literally, fucking 1,262 episodes in a row today, I think it is.
Every day,
and every single day without fail. This dude's had colds. This guy's had life events. He's been traveling halfway across the fucking countryside. Doesn't matter. He makes it, and he makes sure that the show goes on. That's just the way it's done.
It's just a hi. Look where I'm at. I was camping in the forest last time I think it, but
the snow cabin.
Yeah.
What?
Short and sweet, and
how do you get internet out there?
I got a lot of plans, especially when PDI hits the dollar, because I got like 40 million of those things, and if that pans out, man, I'm gonna be doing some traveling for sure. Shit, we got a pulse chain. We got a pulse chain cruise coming up in September, a cruise ship. That sounds like fun. But,
okay.
Yeah,
well, how do you get the internet access in these remote areas, though, man?
What's that?
How do you get internet access in these remote areas?
I can get Starlink. I've got T-Mobile home internet on mine, so I can. It works in like major cities, and it works
Okay.
decent in between. But yeah, I need to get Starlink if I want to really do some serious traveling. But that won't be shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. So I mean, has there ever been a time when especially as streaming and stuff like that, that you was just like, you know what, this might be a little bit too much?
Yeah, man. Like today, I feel like, man, fuck this. I did like a 2 second short, man. I was just not feeling it today, man. But yeah, I had my girl over the last few days. We just been partying our ass off. So this is the one. I think this is the one I had today. I'm gonna play that one.
Okay.
Is that the one? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Crypto Teddy Bear in his house. Great wood up there, don't give a fuck. All you haters talking shit about Teddy Bear. Suck my
I had the music way too loud. I forgot to turn down the volume. That's why I was like, "Fuck this short." But yeah, that's what I put out there. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. Like every day, I just do stupid. Like I do a stupid short in the morning. Because I'm the only one out there doing it. I don't see anybody out there got the balls to just get crazy like I do. And it's cool. People enjoy it. I get a lot of comments like, just keep doing it every day. I enjoy it. Like they literally get on Twitter every morning just to see my shorts. What I'm gonna say.
Well, so what led to the creation of the shorts, though, man?
Engagement.
For more engagement and more subscribers to the channel. Because I don't know if you know it or not, but live streams don't actually pick up the algorithms as well as uploading an actual video or shorts. Shorts actually get a lot of. Sometimes they'll go viral if you're in the niche that. I've had a lot. Like I've had a lot of days with like 400 views, 1,000 views on my shorts, especially when I get my Hellcat out there and I do a short on that. Those get a lot of.
Yeah, definitely. My shorts way outperform anything.
When you can create a pattern of like people watching your shorts and then being led to the other content, like it just creates more like click through to conversions. So
yeah, and YouTube really sucks anymore because our engagement on YouTube came down, but on X it shot through the roof, dude. So we're actually getting double the viewers on X now than we're even getting on YouTube, and I think that's just because people are just people realize I don't even go. I can just stay on Twitter and then I can watch the stream because we can simulcast. We're on there right now. I don't know how many views.
An underrated platform that I've been getting a lot of activity from is LinkedIn.
Oh yeah, I heard LinkedIn is a good one too.
Yeah, I mean, you would be very, very surprised. And not only that, but Rio has that has increased my analytics on not just my YouTube but Twitch as well.
Oh, cool.
I literally for 2 years I literally had four followers on Twitch for like 2 years, and since joining with Rio, like I'm about to hit 60. You know what I mean? And it's only been a couple months. So
I don't on Twitch, dude. I just pulled that one off. I just downgraded the account because I was running like 2 Facebook accounts. I was running Twitch, Twitter, and all this shit. And then I just picked the best ones. The ones we get the most engagement on are YouTube and X. The Facebook people are all the no coiners because they're all the ones that I grew up with in school, right? So they don't. Yeah. But a lot of them have come over, and I have changed their life, and I'm like. Yeah. It's funny because I have like 3,000 people out there just living their normal life and they don't even pay attention to what I'm doing. And like I'm over here, I'm about to get rich. These people are like about to see it happen. And that's why I love inspiring people, man, because I literally lived in a shed 4 years ago. I was all drugged out, going down the wrong path. Still have my community though. Still have my community. They never gave up on me, so I never gave up on them. And then boom, here we are. Like shit's crazy. Crazy what 2 years can.
So I mean, what is that like to have have especially like even just friends and stuff just around you and they kind of don't support what you're doing, they're just standing by the way like you're wasting your time. They don't really look at your stuff and see how successful you're becoming.
My friends are the ones right here in my community. I go to breakfast with Mondays and Sundays. I have my family, dude. That's it because everybody else is doing their thing, and it distracts me from doing my thing, man. There's a lot of negative
Wow.
energy out there. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people that naysayers that just say they want to do something and then they don't ever do it. So yeah, I don't have time for that, man. I'm showing you what I'm doing with my money, and you can come join us if you want. I'm not going to chase you down. I know what I'm doing. So, and
What about you,
I
Don?
think, yeah.
What about me? What's up?
Yeah. Do you have do you have like friends and family around you that that aren't kind of like listening to the advice? You know, they're just like, oh, you're wasting your time.
Oh, right.
type
No,
thing?
no. See, I'm actually the polar opposite almost. See, over here, my friends and family, they like to look at me as the concierge of crypto.
What? That's amazing though. You know what I mean? Because even with my my own thing, like my family is just they don't really understand what I'm doing and stuff like that. And even my business partners and everybody I met over the web. I met through
to be
this.
fair,
You know what I
like,
mean? So
the way that my family sort of got exposure to it is like because I actually like have my home office right here, like in my bedroom downstairs. But because of the way that the house is laid out, right, and because I speak loudly most of the time, it just sort of echoes through the house. So over the last 2.5 years of me doing AMAs and talking in voice chats and just all that sort of thing, they've collected like a masterclass level knowledge of crypto just passively listening. And I'm like, I feel so sorry for you guys.
I wish because my wife turns the TV up on me.
No, but it's really good, I mean, because at least like there are people out there who will, listen to what you got to say and they will take on board the advice that you give. Like, I'm very much like everybody else here. I won't tell you what to do with what you've got, but I will tell you what's worked for me in the past, or I will tell you what's working for others right now. It's yeah. So no, but it's all good fun. I love it.
So what kind of opportunities have you guys acquired or whatever through all of this crypto and YouTubing and stuff, man?
Well, this stream right here.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, we actually been networking a lot, man. When the Pulse Chain tour came to Las Vegas, I got out there, met everybody. I go to those every time they come out here because I feel like I show my face on the screen all day, but it's a different vibe when you meet people face to face, especially the keyboard warriors, man, because they talk all this shit, and then you meet them face to face, they're like, "Oh, hey, Black Sheep, yeah."
I know this guy. Hey, get a picture. Yeah.
Yeah. So
wow, that's amazing. So I mean, and like you just said, there's a lot of people out here just throwing a lot of fun, man. So like, what's some of the worst stuff that people's ever thrown at you?
Usual shit.
Black Sheep's a scammer. Yeah. Okay. The scammer really gives away money every day.
Wow. Does that affect you in any type of way?
And I didn't get paid on anything in this ecosystem we created, dude. Fair launch, like that's not scammer material.
That's exactly one of the things that we highlight is that like throughout all of this, everything that we've done, Sheep doesn't take a pay. I don't take a pay. None of us get paid for what we do here. Everything that, the heart, the soul, the effort, time and energy that's all put into this is just out of love for what we do, for the fact that we know we've built something fucking great here, Sheep, especially with like you said, he's had his community ever since day dot, and they've stuck with him and endured the ups and downs and all of that. And then I've had some brilliant opportunities come along as well. Sheep literally gave me the opportunity to stand up in front of his community and be like, "Yo, this is how I code stuff." There've been good things, there've been bad things, but I do credit Sheep with a great deal of there's a lot of people I wouldn't have met, a lot of connections I wouldn't have made had it not been for being developer of Degen Protocol. So
that's what our community is all about, man. We're very well respected in the space. And we've got lots of opportunities, like lots of big people coming on my stream, and a lot of people know about us. I'd say the biggest opportunity was just finding the Hex community, dude, because that community is ridiculous, dude. Like if you ever been to one of their, I don't know if you've probably never been to any of their meetups, man, but that's when you get the true vibe of everything that Richard Hart's preached. You get really down to earth, smart fucking people that really know where this is going and really understand DeFi and the fact that it's better than Bitcoin. Hex, Hex is gonna do some crazy shit, man, especially on Pulse Chain. Like it's the calm before the storm. People don't understand. This is one of the best financial instruments ever created. It literally has the capability of taking down banks. It can be so big, because like their CD is going to be worthless if you can put in this crypto CD and make, like that's the, and then Pulse Chain is just brilliant. Like at first I was like, what is this, man? This is garbage, because everything was like wrecked and but yeah, it just blows my mind, dude. Especially when I saw PDI really cheap, and I was like, all right. So if the narrative is all these PRC20s are going to eventually find their way to parity with the Ethereum counterpart, which is going to do it first? Probably the one that Richard Hart loves most. He had $270 something million on Ethereum. Because the SAC wallet was the #1 holder of DAI on Ethereum. So that led me to believe that he probably has some love for DAI. Plus all that, like if you go down the rabbit hole of PDI, dude, it's going to $1 because there's so much shit behind it already pushing it to $1. Like there's all like the MakerDAO contracts, and like you can go down that rabbit hole, man. There's everything that Richard Hart did. He did it strategically. That's why he locked those contracts up so MakerDAO didn't have access to the PDI anymore. And all the stuff he did was like building tools in the background to eventually get this thing to pay. So, and I know the guy from Tropa is probably buddy with him. That's how Richard Hart is. He knows a lot of good people in the space that want to see Pulse Chain just destroy everything, and that's what's going to happen, man. I'm telling you right now. I've been calling it since we sacrificed, man. I was saying this is going to be the biggest thing we've ever seen in crypto. It's going to take a little bit of time. Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. And one thing that really helps, I guess, is especially with a community that backs you and stuff, and I haven't experienced that yet. Maybe I'm definitely going to be in the community and checking things out a little bit more deeply now. But from my experience, I've seen so many toxic communities and been through them, and you know what I mean. I don't really hang out in chats or anything like that anymore, because I'm just tired of the garbage. Like some of these. Yeah.
My voice chat all day. You ever want to come hang out there, man? It's really chill. We literally just talk about Pulse Chain and what's what's not. We got wrecked on a couple of Solana plays. It was fun,
Yeah. Saul's been oh man, it's been kicking for me a little bit lately.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I pulled 30 grand out of that thing the other day, but then I ended up putting a little bit more in, and last night I was like, fuck this for now. I'm just gonna send it back to Paul.
Honestly, man, I wish y'all the best of gains, but to hell with Solana. EVM or nothing for me, baby.
I know, man. The thing about Solana though is it can handle a lot of volume, dude. It's pretty incredible with that.
I will give it that. The transaction per second throughput is just absolutely insane.
Yeah. And that brings me back to what do you think is going to happen if Pulse Chain gets that kind of volume? And we've already seen the dump volume on Pulse Chain. The gas prices went flying. They didn't go to like Ethereum prices, but they were still pretty up there.
But I mean, from what would usually be a 48 PLS transaction in gas went all the way up to 274 pulse for that same transaction in busy periods. I'm like, Jesus!
Wow.
It was like $12 to do the NFT distribution.
Oh shoot! It was too. Yeah, and we'll have to have a chat about that after as well, because like I said, there's some better ideas about how we can improve that for everyone that I want to discuss too. So, yeah.
I think EVMs are great. I do think that every EVM inherently has a scalability issue, though.
Oh yeah.
And the great thing about
absolutely
is it started off with such a massive supply that it was already started low price point, low gas. When Pulse Chain gets to a penny, $1, we're gonna be paying those Ethereum prices. But at that point we won't care, because we'll be just like the ETH whales that don't care. Those ETH whales, they throw in millions of dollars. They don't care about the gas, That's their shit.
Well, I mean, that's why a lot of people, that's why a lot of people made that shift to Soul right now, because it's super super cheap. So a lot of the DGen stuff just hopped over there, But at the same time, all the scammers that was on BSC and ETH, they all hopped over there too,
Yeah.
It's crazy because tracking wallets, man, you get to see that a lot of these a lot of the same scams ran by a lot of the same people.
Yep.
They just rinse and repeat. You know what I mean? And that's why for the most part I've just kind of I do a DJ and play every once in a while anymore, but for the most part, man, I'm just I'm sticking with my trades and stuff. I don't know, man. It's just
you can't go wrong with blue chips. You're gonna make money, man. But I mean, like Pete, I already pulled a 3,000x, dude. That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
That basically name one coin in this entire crypto space this year that's done 3,000x in less than a year. I don't know of any myself. So it's pretty insane what's happening on Pulse. So just, from me to you, brother, because I love you. Get you at least one of the Bitcoin, or get you a million PDI, because it's going to be $1. And that brings us back to.
Okay.
Do you want to share the screen again? We can explain to you a little bit about how our ecosystem. We do have PDI integrated in there too. So back to the lottery. So the lottery, this when this sells out, someone's going to win $1,000. We do it for a couple reasons, for community engagement, all that good stuff. And I like this little addition here. This is kind of my idea. I threw at them, and we actually because this used to build up in dollars from the die that came in here, but we modified it, Donnie, didn't we? And now we have over $250,000. So if you believe in PDI, you believe in the narrative of Pulse, and you believe this thing's going to $1, we have a mega jackpot. We call our mega bucks, $265,000. Dude, somebody's gonna win that someday. The
lottery application, it was designed so that it touches like all the different aspects of our protocol, but it also plays two different style of game. You've got like your random ticket draw up the top there, and that's what keeps like adding more to this mega jackpot as well. But then the mega jackpot was kind of like a Powerball inspired type thing. See the control down the bottom there? It's got the 5 spaces and then a green button next to it. If you go ahead and hit that green button, see what happens next to number 5 there.
Yep.
That little plus.
Yep.
There you go. See that? That's another row of numbers. You can add as many rows as you want. You can take rows away, but that's basically a pick numbers between 1 and 20, and if you get them right in the right order, then the PDI jackpot becomes yours.
Yeah.
Man, I bet that's a lot. I bet that's the odds of that is a lot better than this than the Powerball.
Let's put it this way: it is going to be one hell of a trick to try and like get the right sequence, because just having 5 random numbers alone between 1 and 20 makes the odds 15,000 to 1. But then the way we actually twisted it further is you have to have the numbers in the right order. So the odds are even like, more tricky than that. Right? You can have the right numbers, but if you don't have them in the right order, 1 through 5 or whatever it is, then, sorry, try again.
But even then, the odds of that is still a lot better than our rigged lottery system we got going.
Exactly, and that's precisely it. I mean, even then, those odds are what, 1 billion to 1. But you see how many people flock to the counters and like all buying their tickets, like, oh, today's gonna be the day, and that's just it. Like, man,
it's like how
we're just doing better.
What's the odds of 2 different people coming in and buying the exact same ticket at the exact same gas station?
Right.
What? How does that even work? You know what I mean? Like that's the numbers for that would be astronomically crazy.
Yeah,
that to even happen, and it's just, I mean, and there's so many other, just BS that well, I can go on for that, but yeah, man, sorry, I just had to throw that in there. That's and I hate our lottery.
Understand.
Scams in our face.
The one over here is just as bad,
Is it really?
No.
Yeah, it really is. It's Anyway.
What? Oh, you mean in Australia? Yeah.
Yeah, the one over here is absolute trash. Yep.
So we can talk because we haven't actually introduced Goat Token yet. You've heard of it probably.
Yes, I have. I have heard of goat token.
Yeah.
So you were on
Shall I?
BSC, then you're aware of elephant money and all that. Yeah, go ahead, Donnie.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So yeah, basically, like Sheep said, if you've been on BSC, you know about elephant money, then you know, and what you'll sort of gather as we explain the ins and outs of our ecosystem here is that there is a lot of pieces that we've either borrowed, forked, or had mentored from Bank Teller himself. But there is a lot of our own custom stuff on top of this as well. So we're going to start from the top and go with Goat Token. We'll run through the feeder, and then basically, yeah, we'll go from there. So first and foremost, Goat is a fork of the Trumpet contract, right? Basically, we changed it up so that we have Goat Token, right? And it is backed with W Pulse, right? W Pulse is the wrapped pulse, and so thus it's a ERC20 compliant token. So we've got that token in the middle. Goat Token can only be minted with the correct WPLS being deposited as collateral behind it, right? And whenever you redeem Goat, which can be at any time without encumbrance or restriction, you get W Pulse out, right? Now, on minting and redemption of Goat, there is a 5% fee on the amount of W Pulse that is handled, which helps the mint redeem price to only go up. And the thing about the Goat contract is that it is programmatically set so that the mint redeem price can only go up. That price that you're seeing in the middle of the top row there, 1.3798, that price only goes up and to the right, can never go down. Right. And so, yeah, that's basically the core of it. As people mint and redeem the token, that price travels upways. More single asset backing is locked into the contract because of that 5% on the way in and out. And so basically, Goat naturally rides on top of the shoulders of Pulse and will naturally keep going up in that value as Pulse progresses too. What you're seeing on the right-hand side of that, 1.3302, is the current price of Goat on the DEX. Right, that is against PLS. And so what you can see, because those two prices are different, is that naturally there is a certain spread between the two. People like to arbitrage this. There is no buy, sell, transfer fee on Goat Token, only mint and redemption. So when that spread gets big enough, right, between that mint redeem price and the DEX price, people can either then mint Goat Token and sell it on the market, pocketing some free Pulse, or they can buy Goat on the cheap if it's lower on the DEX, and then they go redeem it, again, pocketing some Pulse, right? But overall, because people are hitting one of those two actions, either mint or redeem in either of those sequences, that's why the mint redeem price keeps going upwards. We keep gathering single asset backed liquidity of W Pulse. Single asset backed liquidity, I like to shorten it to unfuckable with liquidity, right? Because that's basically what it is. I
like that.
It's resistant to third-party manipulation simply for the fact that it is, stored in one of our contracts and single asset backed. It's not paired in an LP like it can be, traded and flash loaned against or anything like that. It's literally just holding up the backbone of the ecosystem, which we think is incredibly important for everything else that we've built on top. Yeah.
When Pulse was up, we had over $1 million in liquidity.
Yeah.
And then we have. On this exchange, or on PulseX, we have 35K. This was like 50K. But this is going to bounce at some point.
Yeah,
it's going to bounce.
Exactly.
When it does, since we don't lose our PLS value, we just move right up with it,
Yeah. And see, I like that because, I hate seeing, one of the biggest things I hate seeing is a project where it's like, we hit a $10 million market cap and, they only have like 40K in liquidity. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you doing?
that kind of project is the same one that lists CG and CMC listing as some kind of an achievement.
Yeah, that's on the roadmap. I hate that. Oh my goodness, I hate that. I hate that.
Oh man, you see that and you just know that something smells, right?
And I tell people all the time, I'm like, that is not. That shouldn't be a goal. You know what I mean?
No,
you can, and especially for like when you take you get a dev that's taking marketing money funds and paying for this fast tracking and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's big waste, and a lot of community. I'm not saying the post community, but some of these smaller communities that don't know any better, they don't understand that. you're paying somebody to create a bot to create fake volume to get on there, but then when the volume's gone, it's gone. You get delisted, they don't track you anymore, and it's like the project ends up failing. You know what I mean? So I mean, when
exactly.
I see that, especially when it's like, Q1, listing on CMC CG, is like I instantly turn off. It's a strictly DGen play for me. I don't care how serious they may be. You know what I mean? Because it's like I said, yeah, yes. You know what I mean? Because unless you meet their requirements, I don't care who you. And even sometimes when they pay someone, they don't get listed because they're still not meeting the requirements.
Remember, Donnie, we didn't have 50K in volume per day, so they removed us from, because we were on CoinMarketCap at one time.
Yeah, I do remember that a while back. We managed to achieve it, and that was actually way back on Kronos, of all things.
Yeah.
But then, no. See, and that's the thing. It's what I'm trying to point out is that, look, those are great things to have because they do help people to find relevant information about a project. But that shouldn't be a focus point of, hey, look at us, we managed to do this. It's like, yeah, okay, whoop-de-doo, you managed to spend money on a useless endeavor. I just think that there's a lot more that projects can do to be better than that. And people need to stop settling for such low standards. It's the only reason why that continues to be a thing is because people continue to play ball with those low achieving standards, But anyway,
I think for the main part, the main reason why is because they still think this is 2 years ago when anything could list on CoinMarketCap and just get these god candles, and people don't realize that the state of crypto and the crypto industry it's not the same as it was 2-3 years ago. It's changed a lot, and those old tricks and trends don't work anymore. I mean, just take anything that's listed on CMC lately and how many, like take a for anybody, take a good hard look and how many have listed and have received any type of crazy volume or god count or anything. Like they get listed, they may get a little pump, and it's nothing, because then the communities or that are full of just people that want to see that big candle, they don't see it, so they're like, oh well, this project's dead, and boom, they pull, they sell their tokens, they pull out, and then the project's dead.
That's it. Yeah. Look, it is one of those things, but let's keep moving on. That is one of the things that we looked at once, but I'm just trying to highlight, we've got much bigger ambitions for our community than some site listings. So I want to jump onto the feeder tab, but before we do you have any other questions about GOAT before I do? Because I want to make sure we're covering everything here.
Oh no, sir, you're doing great.
Fantastic, thank you very much. Let's get onto that feeder tab then, and I'll run you through how that works.
Okay, go.
All right. So feeder is basically a fork of the Elephant Money futures contract. I believe we forked it at version 4. So basically what it is you chuck money into it, you chuck DAI into the feeder, and you get awarded 0.5% daily based on your current balance in the feeder, right? So let's say you have, let's say 10,000 in your current balance. What's that? Is that 50, $100 a day? I don't know. My math is off today. Basically 0.5% daily on that. There we go. Thank you, Sheep. $50 a day on 10,000 basically, provided that you're not claiming against it, right? So basically you let that 0.5% amount ride, and the idea is that you're building up a nest egg, right? You're depositing into this thing, possibly more frequently than you're claiming from it. But the way that it works is so that next time you do come to get a claim, right, it's bigger, it's more full, it's got more value, and it's designed to snowball over time, right? What happens when someone puts DAI into the feeder is that 90% of that DAI is turned into W Pulse, which then mints GOAT token, right? And minting is the important key part there, right? Because remember how I was describing before that every single mint and redeem pushes that mint redeem price upwards, it can never go down, right? The fees that are involved with that is what also helps to back when we do need to redeem against it. So 90% of the dye that comes in gets turned into goat and stored in something that we call the goat pen, which is basically just like a large treasury filled with goat that backs everything in the feeder. As goat continues to appreciate in value through both minting and redeeming and through third-party cycles on dexes and other utilities, obviously goat goes up in value independent of goat feeder deposits. So later on down the track, come day 200, when people are reaching the point where they could ROI, we will have the extra backing in goat tokens so that when they redeem against it, right? You see the dye buffer pool there, it has 13,000. That's where the other 10% of the deposited dye goes. That's to service quick claims. Theoretically, if people claimed enough against that buffer pool, then what happens is that the goat pen gets redeemed a little bit against to the value where it can service a claim and top up the buffer pool again, and it just gradually pushes back against that goat pen as it needs to, and only as required. The overall effect is that whether you're playing with W Pulse and holding goat directly, or whether you're building a nest egg with stable tokens like dye, we have something for both seasons, bull and bear.
Yeah, and when P-Dye hits $1, I'm dropping $1 million in the buffer pool, because we're going to switch this whole thing over to P-Dye too.
Yeah,
because right now it's using dye from Ethereum.
Okay.
But we'd obviously rather use the native asset.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can definitely see the benefit of that.
Yeah.
Man.
So then this is going to have $1 million plus in it. There's probably only going to be a few $100,000 deposited, and that means at that point that nobody can withdraw anything big enough to actually even take anything out of the goat pen for a long time. So the goat pen is just going to get bigger and bigger.
Becomes a perpetual battery at that stage.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Man, this is pretty. Like, how did you guys come up with all this, man? Because this is very, very detailed.
Honest answer or public
friendly
answer?
Just watch what other people are doing in this space, watching them fuck up. And then,
yep. I mean, look, that honestly is actually one thing I will highlight as well, and this is how we've managed to get to this point, right? You remember I mentioned, like, when I first come on, that I've been with these guys 2.5 years, right?
Yes.
That's a long time, right? Especially, for anyone to wait for something. Now, through my development curve and journey with Degen Protocol, basically we've had a lot of different ideas, right? We have had thoughts about, well, why don't we do one of these protocols or one of these tokens to try and bring something in? But the unique thing about it, I liken the way that we do things at Degen Protocol to what's called the Apple approach, right? You look at the things that Apple do with their products. They are never the first to market with something. They are never the first. But they always come up with something nice and clean the following quarter. They've come up with a refined version of something that Android did a quarter ago or whatever, right? The Apple approach is never first, always refined. And so, like Sheep said in the most eloquent manner possible, we've watched projects stand up and fall over on their face and go absolute tits up and all that sort of thing. We've been able to sit on the sidelines and observe how not to do things so we can bring the best to our community. Patience has been a key part of all of that. But also just having the right kind of people around, people who are interested in the long game and actually building something that works, as opposed to, hey, let's have a nice high APR and nothing to back it. So,
I mean,
I hate when people come out with we've got a 3,000% APR, but little do they say that they can't maintain that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not sustainable at all.
On the 16th, this will be running for 5 months, I think, or 6 months.
6 months. It'll be on. Yeah, in 11 days. Yes. We'll have been running this for 6 months.
This thing's been running, paying 0.5% a day, and people are playing it right. They're doing their 3 weeks compounding and their 1 week withdrawal, or they're just letting it ride. Like me, I withdrew a little bit. I withdrew like $800 at 11K. But I've already built it back up to 12.4. Putting $200 in here. You have to put $200 in to start it, and you have to put $200 into compound. So what that does is, as we go through the market cycles, every $200 compound is another deposit. It's another investment that the goat pen, our ecosystem, holds on to for price appreciation. We get a 10,
Exactly.
100x out of it. Out of each of those $200 bills, dude, it's going to be ridiculous.
So let's take for example, like, you know, let's take a 10K balance, for example, again, right? You know, let's say there's 10K current balance and you've got like maybe $550 in your earnings that's building up there, right? You've been letting it sit there for a while. So when you go to deposit that $200 to compound, you're not just getting the 550, of course, right? You're actually adding 750 then to your current balance. And so then the ROI would then be based on, sorry, the daily calculation would be based on 10,750 as opposed to 10,000, right? And so that's why we encourage people to compound in that way, and why it's actually set to have 200 deposited each time, because the way that this application builds its sustainability is through the regular deposits. You can't turn a tap on and expect the water to last forever, right?
Yeah.
You have to put something in the bucket to keep it running. So,
Yeah.
you know, and that's really what it teaches people, is that, yes, this can be a beautiful, sustainable nest egg, but you got to play ball to make it work for you and for everybody else.
Yeah. And we're not, you know, we're keeping an eye on the numbers. We have an analytics page that people can go to see all the stats. Of course, Pulse is down right now, so we did get a little bit of pullback on the treasury value. But when Pulse swings back up, because the one we're kind of taking a little bit of a dip in is a buffer pool. That gets loaded up as new people come in. We're not really, our growth hasn't been that fast, but at the same time, I didn't want it to be outrageous anyway. You know, I felt like this is more something for our community, and we talk about it. And if people want to come join us on this adventure, then you know, you're more than welcome to. Obviously,
Yeah, I think I think slower growth is more sustainable anyway, because you know when you get all that hype and just you get that initial pump, and then like as soon as it stalls, you know, then people are like, oh, okay, well this is dead, and they go out. So I really think, you know, for longevity of any project, I think, you know, that slow and steady growth is way more beneficial.
Yeah, and our end goal here is not to just build a product. We want to build a quality product that it is basically rooted in the Pulse chain ecosystem. I mean, it gets all its value from Pulse. If Pulse does some crazy shit like I think it's going to, this thing can literally print out for years. We're not going to say that it's going to last forever, because I don't think anything will last forever and still be worth the shit. You know. But what we want as a vision me and Donnie had was just to make sure this was the first ROI product that was ever created that paid 0.5 to 1% a day, and nobody loses any money, because it's already taken the Ponzi aspect out of it, because of the fact that it's holding real world, you know, real value asset called GOAT, which is backed by PLS, and when PLS rises in value, you know, that's where you're getting your money from, not just new people coming in, because we don't have
consider as well. To consider as well that there's all the other
collateralized, you know, way over.
There's all the other moving pieces of the ecosystem as well that help GOAT token to grow, not just PLS, right? We have all the phenomenal things out there on PLS that give that volume and action and all, but even just things like the lottery tickets, for example. Every time someone buys a lottery ticket, there's a small amount of that fee that ends up minting GOAT and throwing it into the GOAT pen as well. Every lottery ticket that's sold is helping the feeder to gain more collateral. Every time someone mints or redeems, it's pushing up that value, meaning that when someone calls in to cash out later, we'll have the value, you know? It's literally, like I said earlier on in the stream, the whole point of everything that we built here is that everything you see in one way, shape, form, or the other touches GOAT's mint or redeem functions to keep those two driving. Because then, regardless of whether users are depositing into feeder or not, there is still the value growing behind that one day we could pay out, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it's all about, you know, the big brain game.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, and it just goes to show that, you know, you guys are more than just, you know, you've really heavily invested in this yourselves. You know, you've taken the time and you've taken the money to make sure that this is sustainable. You know, I see a lot of the times, you know, and that's the problem with a lot of these quote unquote other devs, is that, you know, they'll launch a token with like $1,000 in liquidity and like and
I'd
to
actually
leave the
just like to
rest
say,
leave the rest up to the community to the communities, you know.
let me actually say something, my good sir. So that's actually something really cool, is that we didn't actually have anything out of our pockets to throw in either. Like, this is all
Really?
community driven. We built the tools, we built the website, the contracts, the Telegram bots, the everything that the community needs. But this is all community, bro. This is not like, we didn't
I'm
start.
blown away right now.
Like,
I
seriously, this is
swear.
our community looking at what we've done and being like, yeah, this is our home. This is what we do, and it's all our people, that there's no founder shares, there's no founder liquidity, nothing like that. We don't take no paychecks, no funding was given to us to build anything. This is all just 100% genuine for the community and by the people.
Yep.
Wow. I'm serious. Like I'm speechless. Like that is just, you don't see that. You don't ever see that.
No, not really. I mean,
And
yeah, I mean, especially like
and still
we-
having
we
the
didn't
success.
start-
Cause
Yeah, we had.
just
Yeah, we had.
go
pretty
ahead.
killer
Go
success.
ahead.
We had some pretty killer success. I'm actually surprised, because our first project, the sheep token, never name a coin after yourself. It's a curse. So, but it was our training wheels to get to the point that we're at now. We made some mistakes. We learned from our mistakes. And all in all, our community is very happy with the direction we went. Once Pulse
Exactly.
Chain launched, and we just started brainstorming for a minute. We're like, okay, so we see what he's doing over here, and it's working on BSC, and BSC is a shit network, and it's not going to do that many gains. I don't think it's going to do any of the gains compared to what Pulse Chain's going to do. And we haven't catch the bottom, dude. Like, we launched, like, we couldn't have timed the launch any more perfect than we did, dude.
There was actually even a couple of weeks before we'd even started development where we were kind of encouraging him to take first movers advantage. But then eventually there was sentiment said, like, oh, no, I'm going to focus on my stuff. And so, like, sweet, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
we launched
yeah.
here October 16th. So
yeah.
we got the bottom. And yeah,
That's
we got
it.
a little direction. But you see how fast this thing moves when it moves, man. That's going to get eaten up quick. So it's just all about patience. I've learned so much patience in the last few years, dude. Like 90% of this is patience and just
and that's why I'm so surprised and shocked, man, because you say this is pure community, and most of the time communities ain't patient.
No.
They
No,
want to see them thousand.
They-
They want to see them 1,000x, or they're out.
yeah.
One thing that I can say is that, like, the community definitely knows what patience is. I mean, like, what was
Yeah.
explained to me when I joined Degen Protocol is that there are a lot of those who are from the Hexagon space there. So, one of their core values and things that's drilled into them very early is the whole delayed gratification sentiment, So there are some out there who are more attuned to waiting for the bigger thing. But yeah, no, the community's patience, especially in waiting for me as well. Like, I'm by no means the world's best developer. I'm still definitely learning the chops of how to be up there with the greats. But that's one of the things is that the community has endured and stood behind is the continual evolution of my developments and my capabilities. Forever and a day, I owe gratitude to everyone who's ever gotten behind Degen Protocol for that. But yeah. That's basically where it's at.
I don't know if you heard about the NFTs that we got. These
That's
are
the other component.
I was just getting ready to ask you about that because that goat is dope right there. I'm not gonna lie, that thing's dope, man. So what's happening with the NFTs?
Let me
If
lock
I am
this
right
one
now-
down.
500,000 PLS. Yeah, go ahead, Johnny.
Cool. So yeah, like Sheep said, 500,000 PLS a piece. You can mint as many as you want. You can buy as many as you want. But what's really cool about them is that every 500,000 PLS that we take, right, we gather that up into a pile of 32 million. So 64 NFTs minted or sold equals 32 million pulse. And we throw that over to David Feeder at validatorstore.com. Shout out to him as well. To run validator node stakes for Pulse Chain. So basically, the NFTs that we have brought here are an effort to lower the entry barriers and the technical requirements to help and to participate in the decentralization of Pulse Chain. Remember, the more stakes, the more validators that are running, the more decentralized the network becomes, the less reliant on one source that it becomes to confirm transactions, keep the network running, etc. But not everybody in the world has, $5.5 grand just for the stake alone, and then the extra couple of grand for the computer equipment, the networking, the internet service, all of that stuff. And then there's the technical know-how of making sure that your shit doesn't go offline, so your stake doesn't get slashed from validating. All of that technical stuff, we just bundled up and said, yo, screw all that. Let's get a professional in to help us, and let's lower that entry barrier. So basically, we created the NFT series as a way for people to join in with that, and it's been a roaring success so far. We've had, like it says there, 2,600 and a bit NFTs minted. You see there's 115 of them listed right now, and I'll explain what that is in a second, right? But basically, the images that you see here are artificial intelligence, obviously generated images and was originally started by our community member named Mr. C, who showed us all how to do this. But there was
shout out to Mr. C.
Yeah, there was in excess of 5,000 images generated in a short time. Which we've put onto IPFS and attached to these NFTs. And it's just a nice little embellishment on what is already what we think a great addition to Pulse Chain. We really want to show projects that they can do meaningful stuff. And, knowing that Pulse Chain is where we want it to be 2 years ago when we started our development curve, we just felt like it was right to do something that helps Pulse Chain as well, not just ourselves.
Yeah.
And the validator nodes are the best way to do that. Final thing that I'm going to mention on this one and run you through really quick is the items listed. So you can see there's 115 there, and this is where we differ from most NFT projects as well. When you mint an NFT, you look at it, you stake it, and look, I'll be forthwith and say, that the validator stakes, they produce variable rewards, which we do share out through the NFTs, right? You hold an NFT, we distribute the rewards. You get to claim part of those rewards as GOAT token from the amount of NFTs that you hold. Now, if by some chance you're not happy with your NFT, or if you don't like the design that you have on the image that you get, or something like that, scroll up a little bit, please. We have a listing feature where you can list your NFT for resale, right? So what that means is that when you list it for sale and someone else comes along and says, I want to mint one of those NFTs. Let's say there's some items listed. They buy those items first before fresh ones are minted, which means that the person who listed the item gets 480,000 pulse worth of GOAT in their pocket. The system takes 20,000 pulse worth of GOAT fee, that again goes to the GOAT pen. And basically, then they are out of the system. The NFT is resold to someone who wants it. That person gets their way out. And the way the queue works is on a first in, first out basis. So if you list and your item number 100 to get resold, 99 of them roll through, and then yours comes up, bang, resell.
Wow.
Yeah. So our entire ecosystem is 100% liquid at all times. You're not locked into holding, what some will eventually, say, oh, it's just a JPEG. Well, no, it's not a JPEG. This is a legitimate liquid piece of a very robust ecosystem. So,
wow, man.
Last few months with just the 4 that I got, so it was about what 2 million. I've got 26,000 or 24,000, but there's more rewards and stuff about to get released too. So. What, 24,800 GOAT? What
there
is
you
that?
Go.
24,800 GOAT. Let's see what that's worth right now. I remember that I think it was only $60 per million back then. So yeah, I'm already at $3.17.
There you go.
Like I said, we said from the beginning, this is not going to get you rich overnight, but this is consistent, revenue you're getting. When the Pulse Chain volume goes to the roof, the payouts are going to be huge.
Yeah,
and
that's the difference between Degen plays and investments, man. Investments are always like long-term plays. You know what I mean? That's just but a lot of people don't understand that. When they see one red candle, they're like, "Oh my God, it's what happened? Who? The project's dead." It's like,
Hey,
on,
Chief,
man.
I'm really sorry, man. I gotta go.
Oh, it's
I
all
gotta
good,
go,
man. We can carry
That's all
anything
good, man.
Thank you very much, guys.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah, so that's basically the gist. I mean, we got something else we're working on in the background. When Kaz, if he ever gets it running, it's just like it's kind of our own version of Titan X. You heard of Titan X, right? So yeah. So we're gonna do a modified version of that, and if we actually do it, we're gonna watch for a couple months to see what these other guys did. And that's basically what we do. We watch to see what they did, where they made mistakes, if we can improve on it. So we don't want to launch a garbage product, but if we can improve on it, then we'll be bringing Goat X to the ecosystem. We'll do lots of testing first, but we don't have to have it. I mean, we have a great ecosystem already. But the barrier of entry to get into the feeder is a little high because it's $200 to get in. But yeah, I mean, if we come up with something that can make you some quick money, then you can put it in that as a nest egg. And yeah, we're just super excited, man. We've had a lot of good success. It's just chugging along, and you can see the numbers. It's not really it's not really getting phased at all. Like the treasuries are just chilling. So we got somebody in there with like $50,000-$60,000 he deposited. He's pulling out like $3,000 a month or something. So
wow.
It doesn't even phase it. So yeah, and thanks for everybody. I see all the comments out there. Thanks for everybody coming today.
Yeah,
thanks
absolutely, man. So there's always two questions because this is called Behind the Bullshit. There's two questions that I always ask my guests. So there's a couple different points in your career, right, where it's some bullshit. It could be positive, it could be negative. One of your positives could be, hey, you know what, this was kind of some bullshit, but you know what, it actually helped and I got into a better space. And then there's other times when you go through some bullshit and it was like, this fucking sucks. I don't wish this on my worst enemy type of thing. So what would be a positive moment in your career?
A positive moment in my crypto career?
Yeah, well, something that was like, it was like, yeah, this kind of sucks, but you know what? It actually helped me in the long run.
Oh yeah, every time you get rugged, you get a little bit smarter about what you're getting into, right? So
okay, I get that. Okay, yeah, definitely.
Like I'm so numb to the rug pulls anymore. If I throw something in something, like I pretty much kiss it goodbye. I just hope for the best. But I don't try to just throw all my money into a bunch of dumb shit.
Yeah,
everybody thought I was dumb for buying P-Dye, and now I'm fucking. I get over $4 million.
Okay, so what would be your negative? What over the course of even just it doesn't even necessarily have to be crypto. Something that negatively that you've went through that was just what this sucked and I don't wish it on my worst enemy.
Yeah, I guess that goes back to just safety. I mean, I've been pretty blessed, man. I haven't had any huge catastrophes or hacks, or had any of my money straight stolen out of my wallet or anything. So I've had a pretty, even losing, I've had a pretty good time in crypto, man. It's all positive to me, man. I just made this a way of life, and it is the way it is. You will lose money at some point if you stay in it long enough. If you think you're gonna win every time, it's not gonna happen. But those losses, so those negative moments, just they make you a better person. I think a better investor. And I like sharing that knowledge with my people. If I see anything that's fucked up, I'll big shout out and talk shit about them on the stream. So.
So, well, that's good, man, because especially man, these days and these it's with the scams running the way that they are, and it's not just back it was kind of just focused on BSC, but now it's like on every chain, man. And us coming out here, just having these discussions and giving the 411 on scammer tactics, even just pointing out some shit that looks funny, it helps. It helps community members, and eventually, especially once mass adoption comes along, it's going to help everybody coming into crypto, because they're going to be researching, oh, what is a scam, or why is this scam happening? You know what I mean? And it's going to be this type of information that's going to come up when, to help guide them into a safer crypto journey, so to speak. So and it's awesome that you give that stuff out, man.
Yeah, man. You see all these YouTubers out there like charging like some shit. Like, information's free, man. You just got to know where to find it. I've done all this myself. I taught myself everything, just watching YouTubers and just making my own mistakes along the way. Yeah. You're not ever gonna get it right the first time, But I would say, like, I'm on my way to being a multimillionaire, and it'll be 7 years in May that I've been in crypto. So that's a pretty good, I'd say that's a pretty good reputation, or on my resume, or whatever you call it. Yeah. So
yeah.
who the fuck, like, dude, if PDI hits $1 and I'm sitting on $44 million, dude, who the fuck else I don't know anybody else that has done that, for basically free, because I already got my money back.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to, man. That'll be the biggest positive that I'll ever have in crypto. And I've changed so many lives over the years, man. But this is the time that we all we hang up the towel, man. We're done. We fucking won crypto, because we bought a stable coin at zero. That's what I think Pulse Chain is all about, man. And that's the spirit of Pulse Chain, and that's the narrative, and that's why I won't stop talking about it. And that's all I talk about. Like, I don't lead, like, I tell people specifically every day, stay on Pulse Chain. Do not fucking sell Pulse Chain. And stay off Solana. I mean, you can make money over there. I'm not telling anybody to do what you want to do with your money.
Yeah.
But
if you ain't got DJing money, don't be doing DJing shit.
And get in the right communities, man. Because I hate people saying, "Oh, I went on this community, got rugged or whatever." We don't have this shit in our community.
It's not even just that. Some of these communities, man, are just purely toxic. I mean, as soon as you hop in, or as soon as you make a buy, they're like, "Oh, this one made a buy," and then as soon as you go to sell, it's like, "Hunt him down! Where's your fork knife and pitchforks?" It's like, what? It's
That's why my app is public. I don't give a shit. I'll sell in your head and I'll say, "Yeah, thanks for the money." But yeah, I mean, like, I just don't get it, man. I don't sell shame people, because you never know somebody's situation. If they needed to sell it because they cheated it off, or they needed to sell it to to put some food on the table or something. Sometimes people do invest more than they should have, and they need to take their money out. That's what we're here for. We're here to make profits, and the cycles are all made on losers. You have the winners of the smart levels. You have the ones that got dumped onto the top, and then it's funny because, like, I've had so many of those guys that just come and buy the top, and they're like, "I'm done with crypto. Fuck this." Well,
yeah,
I never give up, man.
I hear that a lot, man. But like I say, I mean, but a lot of that comes with education too. Just people acquiring the knowledge to know what to look for, and even not even just knowing what to look for as far as scams and stuff, but knowing what to look for as far as, like, honest, legit projects and stuff like that. It's just one of those things that you can't do it without knowledge. And that's why we're here, man, giving out the knowledge.
Man. We're definitely doing well over there. Everybody's welcome to come over anytime. Degen Protocol on Twitter, Degen Protocol on Telegram, and yeah, thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. I really appreciate your time, man. This has been awesome. So, what would be one
StreamYard of all places?
Yeah. Hey, for those that don't know, man, hey, I reached out. So StreamYard has this, like, community thing for, like, connect with other streamers, that type of thing, and he was one of my suggested, and I pulled him up. I messaged him, and he was like, "Hey, yeah, man, come join the community, check it out, and this and that, and everything." And we finally was able to link up.
Yeah, cool, man.
That's awesome, man. That's what it's all about. So, in closing, what would you, for any new investor that's coming into the crypto space, what's one piece of advice you would give them?
Oh, it goes back to just join the right community, man. If you're gonna get in the crypto space, join my team or join his team. You know, honest people that aren't just out here for themselves, because they'll lead you into a lot of things with their ref links, and they'll try to make a whole shitload of money on you and just dump on your head. You know, just try to be in the right community, man, because like we're the place to be. I'm not saying we're the greatest community. We're definitely different. We have free speech, so if you don't like what somebody says, sorry, just deal with it. You know, because there's a lot of fucked up things in the world that we think people need to hear about. And,
Yes, absolutely.
Don't be a sheep. Be a black sheep, right? Because we go against the grain. Yeah, but yeah, just definitely get some knowledge. Don't just jump into a Solana meme coin and think you're gonna get rich, because you're probably not. And if you anybody that does that, they throw in $200 and they make 100,000 or something, I guarantee you they're gonna lose it within a year. Yeah, because they don't value what they have.
Right. I remember my first 10K and I lost it, and I was like, you know what, that was a learning lesson. So you know, it's all about, man.
You have $100,000 and all of a sudden it's gone, dude. You're like, wow, it hurts. But I've done it so many times now. I'm immune to it. But anyway, man, I'll let you get on with your day. Thank you so much for having us on. And
absolutely, man.
You're welcome to come to my stream anytime too. Just see me up.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Hey, I'm all about collabs, man. It's how we grow and network. You know what I mean? But yeah, hey, I appreciate everybody that came to check out the stream. This is the Behind the Bullshit podcast, and it's only a couple months old, and I've had some great personalities, and this has been another one of those great personalities and conversations. You know, next week, like I said, I do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. and then I do my Rio Wednesdays at 8 p.m. EST. This has been brought to you by the North American Collegiate League. It is an esports and entertainment organization that hosts video game tournaments and league play for university and colleges, offering scholarship prizes. And as a broadcasting company, NSDL streams and uploads matches, provides marketing opportunities for the organizations and sponsors. And so if you have a brand that you would like to get into the esports realm to sponsor any type of team or whatnot, definitely give PlayNACL.com a look, man. We're doing great work, and all of our money goes to the kids for scholarships and stuff like that. So it's been a great thing. Also brought to you by Links Crypto app. It is my app. I am COO of Links Crypto app. It is a DeFi portfolio viewer. It's free to use. There's no token. There's no NFT to buy. All you do is copy and paste your wallet address, and Links will automatically populate all your tokens associated with that wallet across ETH, BSC, and Polygon. And there's no swapping. There's no swapping. There's no DEX or anything like that. This is purely an organized window into the blockchain for your viewing pleasure. And Links also now has available our WebSocket API and node services. So definitely check that out. If you are a developer and have a DEX or anything like that, you will want to check this out. Once you sign up, there is a free version for you to just test out with. And then from there, I'm gonna tell you what, we are way cheaper than the competition, offering the same data, if not better, and more accurate. So I just wanted to say that. And this is also brought to you by Rio.stream. Rio.stream, definitely from my own experience, Rio is helping smaller content creators out there get more exposure. And also, when you are tipped through Rio, you get 100% of your tips. So it's great for up and coming content creators. So anytime you have 5 or less viewers, you get featured in Rio. It's a great thing, and you don't do anything different. If you stream to Twitch or YouTube, it automatically goes to Rio. All you do is attach your account, and it's there. Check it out. Rio does a lot of great stuff. And so with that being said, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything, all the time, all the watch. Appreciate everybody. And if you haven't already, make sure you shoot this guy a follow on all his socials. Make sure you check out Degen Protocol. It is some great stuff that they got going on over there. You already heard it. If you missed it, rewind the tape, check it out again. That being said, I will see y'all later.
Thanks, brother.
better watch out if you acknowledge me's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave.